Creating a strong knowledge base for your AI agent can take it from basic assistant to powerful team member. But it's not as simple as just uploading a bunch of documents and hoping for the best. In this video, I'll show you how to add a custom knowledge base to your Vapi Assistant, but also give you 5 tips on how to set it up so it actually works. Okay, so let's actually look at how you add a custom knowledge base to your assistant in Vapi. First of all, I'm in my dashboard, and under platform, what you want to do is select files. And from here, you can start to upload documents. Currently, Vapi supports PDF, text files, and basic Word documents. You can see here I've already got one text file, and I want to add another. I just click on choose file. So once that's uploaded, you just want to go ahead and click on upload file. And now you can see I have the 2 documents uploaded here. But how do I actually add this to my assistant? Well, what you want to do is go back to your assistant and select the assistant that you want to add the knowledge base to. And right here under the model, you want to select the file that you've just added. So now you're actually giving it access to the file that you've uploaded. Okay, so what kind of information would you actually want to include in your knowledge base? The key here is really focusing on the type of content that your customers frequently ask about, but also anything that your assistant might need to do its job effectively. So we have 2 examples here. For example, a customer support agent might need access to frequently asked questions, troubleshooting guides, or even refund and return policies. For something like an outbound caller, it might need sales scripts, it might need details on pricing and discounts, and maybe case studies or testimonials. Okay, so now that you know how to add a custom knowledge base to your assistant, let's look at 5 tips to make sure that it actually works effectively. So number 1 is actually the structure of your knowledge base, and how you do this will really dictate its performance. Your knowledge base can have multiple documents, but it's better to focus on quality and actually relevant information rather than just uploading everything you have. So you can split content across different documents, for example, general company information, price details, FAQs. They can all be split into separate documents. And what this will do, it will allow the AI to find the relevant information and extract that more quickly. You want to avoid overloading the knowledge base. The AI will perform better when it can access and extract information a lot easier. And it does that when information is concise and relevant. So I'd recommend segmenting your knowledge base into different topics and different documents, and only including the information that's most relevant. So point number 2 is quite closely related to point number 1, and it's really about keeping the information in your documents concise. Too much information is going to lead to slower response times. It's going to be harder for the AI to find relevant information. So use headers, use bullet points, use lists in your knowledge base to make sure that the AI can identify patterns and then extract the relevant information easily. So once you've actually organized your files, you've formatted your knowledge base documents, and you've added them to your assistant, next you actually want to prompt your assistant and tell it exactly how to use the knowledge base. So in the prompt itself, we're actually going to define the role of the knowledge base. We're going to tell the AI exactly how we want to use it. And we're also going to have a fallback scenario. Okay, so this is an example of how we can actually prompt our assistant to use the knowledge base. First of all, we're listing the available documents that it has. So whatever documents you've created for your knowledge base, you can list them here. For example, company overview, price details, FAQs. Then we're going to say, use the appropriate document to answer customer questions accurately and effectively. Provide responses in a clear and concise format, breaking down steps when necessary. And then as a fallback, we don't want our AI to go off script sometimes maybe and provide something that's not accurate. So we're going to say, if the knowledge base does not contain an answer, politely inform the user that you don't have access to that information at the moment. Always prioritize the most relevant knowledge base entries and avoid guessing. So by adding these specific instructions to our prompt, we're letting the AI know what it has access to, how to use that information, and then to have that fallback scenario if it doesn't know the answer, how to provide a response. So tip number 4, it seems quite obvious, but it's also pretty easy to forget, and that is regularly updating your knowledge base. So you're uploading static documents, they're not live. You need to remember to actually go back into them regularly, update them, and make sure the information that's in there is actually relevant and accurate. So a tip here might be to set a calendar reminder for every month or so to go back in, review what documents are there, and make any appropriate updates that are needed. That way you'll know that your AI assistant always has the accurate information and won't be providing any false information to customers. So tip number 5 is actually using call logs to improve your knowledge base. You want to make sure that you're continuously looking for ways to make your agent more effective at doing its job. So you can actually go into Vapi, review the call logs, look at the transcripts, see if the call was a success or not, identify reasons as to why that is. Was the agent actually able to answer the customer's question? Was the question outside of what was included in the document? That's a great place to start, to find gaps that might be missing in your knowledge base and to actually improve them over time. So it's definitely a good idea to regularly check those call logs, look at the transcripts, identify those missing pieces of information, the areas where your agent wasn't able to answer a question, and start to build that into your knowledge base. Over time, that will really start to enhance your AI's capabilities and make it a much more powerful helper.